everyone, it's Doe from Doe's Junkie Journals, and today I'm going to show you a small journal that was made some time ago along with Artymaze, Andrea. It was making this board to put on the front, but also she had maybe she called it use what you have on your, and, don't print out anything, don't buy anything, just use what you have. And so I went along with it and made this journal, and it was quite some time ago, so I've really forgotten the details. Anyway, it's small. It has a 1/2-inch spine, and this is just a matte page. And it's attached to cardstock, and I've zigzagged around the edge. And this is corrugated cardboard, gesso, a napkin that's been decoupaged, and just a couple other items here that I found that I thought worked well. So let's go inside. This measures 8 by 5 3/4. Like I said, it has a 1/2-inch spine, and it has 52 pages counting the front and back. And it was a challenge, as I recall. So I chose to use this paper here on the inside, and it was just a piece of paper I had. I don't know why I chose it, but this looked so nice with it. This is an Artymaze extra pages that she puts in her kits. This little card was probably just something I found on Pinterest, and I'm not worried about it. It said free, but if it's, it's just my journal. So, and this is just a little ephemera piece, and it's just a copy. It's white on the back. I should have put something on the back, but it's good for extra journaling. I've decided this little rabbit must be checking the board here to see if there's any new information or messages, because he's looking up at something, but there's really nothing there except this blank board. So anyway, this is an Artymaze paper from I think the springtime kit last year. I know I really like it, and this page too. This small little card, I believe, was gifted to me, and it's I believe it's a little bridge card, and it's just cute. That's all I can say, and I put it on here because it fit the color. And this is cardstock. I really like this. I don't know what name it has, but it's such a nice quality and makes great tags and pages. This, I believe, is a Deli Girl tag that I found that just sort of went in with the color scheme. That's Deli Girl 61, and that's Cheryl Brown. She had, Artymaze had us go through and gesso our pages and then stamp them, so I did. This page here is gessoed and stamped, and you all recognize this one from the Dragonfly kit. Beautiful page. Love these flowers. I suppose that's supposed to be a hydrangea. I'm not really sure. Rabbit that I just thought it's the season, so I put a rabbit in. And this is a lined page from the one of Artymaze kits, and I printed something here on the back. I don't recall where that came from. This is a My Porch Prints piece of paper. I believe this is an Artymaze paper. This is just a little piece I cut off. It had an odd shape, and I just put it on there and put a little piece of lace on it and called it a tuck. And this is the other side of this My Porch Prints, and this is such a pretty little page and so sweet to work with. This is another gessoed page, and I brought it back and made a pocket out of it. And I think you'll remember we had a challenge to make a springtime tag, and this one I painted a number of colors, gessoed it, put decoupaged a little bird onto it, stamped it, and put "Be True to Yourself." And it was mine all turned out very bright in springtime. So I put that in there. And I did add a little bit of green to this page. There was just a tiny bit, so I tried to kind of tie the two together by adding a little bit of green to this page. On this side, it's lined for journaling, and this is a little piece that came out of one of the Artymaze kits, and this, I believe, is probably a Pinterest find. I'm not sure. Finally, I got some music. I inherited quite a lot of very old music from my hairdresser. And he had these, and he told me I could have them, but he didn't know where they were. So one day I was there, and he went home real quick and found them and brought them back. And I was thrilled to death. And this one says, "To Spring." So it had a little tear up here, so it got a little piece of washi tape. This is just a little piece of a file folder that I had left over. I cut it off. Here's the little funny thing on the top. And I simply put "Stay Simple," and it has a little bit of music and a little piece, I have no idea, and a little round roses. And I made a little, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a little cutie, and you could write on the back. And this is an Artymaze tag. Now this page is a mystery to me. I don't know exactly what happened. It got wet, and on this side it seems to be pink and green, and you can see some of the watermarks. I hope you can see them. And on this side it's yellow and green, and here it got a nice something on it. Anyway, it turned out so nice. I wish I could duplicate it. Anyway, and of course this is a Edith Holden little card, and I found it on Pinterest, and it said freebie. So it said April, and it was springy, so everything seemed to kind of fit together. And this is actually a Shabby Dabby Doodah leftover piece that I had. And there's another page from Artymaze kit, and this is the foxglove. This tag, I made it, and it's quite large, so it didn't fit just anywhere, but it's got a couple little watering cans, some leaves, and a bird, all kind of springy, so it went in this pocket. This, I guess you could call it a cluster, but it's also a paper clip, and I believe that's a Tracy Fox little piece there. And I made this as a pull-out, and I put another foxglove piece here and left some room for journaling. And then of course you can pull it out on this side, and you've got some more journaling. So I just held it all together with this little cluster type paper clip. And on this side, this is another gessoed page, and another one of those tags that I believe came from Pinterest. And I think this may be a My Porch Prince. I'm not positive. And this little piece I had saved, it was a little cut off piece from Memories, I believe. Anyway, I just thought it was so pretty, and I held on to it, and I just decided to make a little pocket. This one is stamped slightly, but I didn't put any gesso on it. It has the lines on it for writing, and it's the back of this lovely page. And that's also Artymaze. Now, before Andrea began saying something about Spring is in the Air, I had named another journal Spring is in the Air, and I didn't actually put the title on it. So I found this in the junk pile, and so I just decided to use it for a belly band. And this was gifted to me, and it's one of those, like a specimen card. It gives the true name of some plant, and it was found in a ditch near, and I can't read any of that actually, but I zigzagged around it, and it's very springtime colors, so it went in there. And this is the other side of the gessoed and stamped page, and the foxglove again. A friend gave me a bunch of little things, and this just happened to be one of them. It's a stick-on thing, but it also had another part to it that made it rise up, and I just took the two pieces apart, and I used this one in here because there's nothing more spring than daffodils. This is a Artymaze from a kit, and I had this stamped for the longest time. It has a little bunny in there. If you can see that little bunny, he's hopping. And so I thought that fit into this. I guess this is my springtime journal. And this little one I'd also made, and it has a little bird on it and a little bit of stamping. And sometime back I was doing this because I thought it was cute, and then I kind of forgot about it. So here's another one of those specimen pieces, and I've mounted it on some cardstock and stitched around it. And this is a pocket that I had made out of an envelope, and put, decoupage, or not decoupage, just put some pieces of paper here on the front. This, I believe, is a Tracy Fox, and that's an Artymaze, and some sheet music. And this little bird was in Pinterest, and I kept it and printed it out, and I think it is just adorable. And it was a freebie, and so I put it in this little, it's more or less a library card pocket made from Artymaze print, and I've got Go with Heart, and so that's my cute little bird. And that's the other side of that pretty paper, and some more gesso and stamping, and some more on this side. You've got plenty of room for journaling, or I have plenty of room for journaling because I'm probably the one that will be journaling in it. These two pieces came from My Porch Prints, and this is the back of one of the Artymaze. Well, it's a backing page she gave us, and I have something else printed on here. And this is an Artymaze freebie, and these are just so well put together that I don't see any reason for me to start messing with it. So I just leave them alone. They're so pretty. This is a greeting card that I've had for who knows, that I kept hanging on to, and I finally cut it all apart. And this is just a little piece of it, but I think it's so pretty. It's springtime. I believe it's watercolor. Anyway, it made my little tuck spot. And I guess this may be one of my favorite pages of this kit, look at these dragonflies. And you've got the water here and the cattails, and then these pretty blossoms going up the page. I just love this page. Another page that's been gessoed and stamped. And on this side of the paper, I put a bird. And I believe that's one of those that I got from one of those national sites of, you know, free things. A pocket that I made from one of the, what did she call those? Anyway, it's an Artymaze page that she puts together. And then you can cut them apart and use them however you want. And this little stamp, very simple, just a postage stamp on it. And just a small piece of that card that adds a spot of color, and that's all on that piece of card. And these are just some little envelopes that I ordered, and this is I'm not sure, but I think this is my porch prints. And this tag had been hanging around forever, or card that I made. It's not really a tag, it's just a little journaling card. And it just seemed to fit. This was a piece of my favorite paper when I began this journey. And it's all gone, but this was one of the last pieces of it. And I just loved it, the softness of it and the subjects that were on it. So that fits in there, kind of the cheesecloth kind of gets in the way. This is such a pretty page, and of course it fit very well into my color scheme. And I think these are tulips. I haven't figured that out, but I think they are. And that's a very pretty page. And then the back is very much like the front with the pocket. And this particular page that Artymaze put in one of the kits matched this paper so well. And this is My Porch Prints, and this is another one of Artymaze's freebie tags. And it's just perfect the way it is, and it matches everything. And there's the back, and you see the map I used. So that's my little springtime journal, or Spring is in the Air. And this would have been like an entry, I suppose, but I didn't do anything with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And I have another little small thing I've made that I'd like to show you. So I'll do that in another little video. And then I have another journal that's ready, except for the very front of that's always my big hang up, is the front. And so I'll get it finished and I'll video it. So thank you for coming by. I hope all of you are well, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.